Students, last live class we discussed about what is tidal waves and dead space, what is respiration, these and all we already discussed. Today we will go for exchange of gases, how the carbon dioxide and oxygen exchanges. So these two gases only important for respiration. So how it will be exchanged? So the exchange of the gases is important is alveoli. The uptake of oxygen and the release of CO2 occur between the blood and tissue by simple diffusion driven by the partial pressure gradient of oxygen and CO2. Okay, partial pressure. So it is need the aft pressure. It is the pressure. In this pressure contributed by the individual gas in a mixture of gases. So this is we call that as the pressure. P for pressure. The downward you are right. Oxygen O2 for oxygen. CO2 is carbon dioxide. That you have to know that. See, this is the structure of the exchange of the gases. This is a heart. The down is there, and this heart, how it will be exchanged that. So systematic veins are 0 oxygen, it is 40 m, CO2 is 45, carrying deoxygenated fluid. Here carrying oxygenated fluid. So this is the CO2 and left side. The red color is oxygenated blood, the blue color is the deoxygenated blood. Okay, so up it is the pulmonary veins are there. This pulmonary veins are important for that. It is also involved in the pressures. Okay, so next we contribute this in this exchange of the gases. Okay, next we go for the due to the pressure gradient, oxygen from the alveoli enter into the blood and reach the tissue. CO2 enter into the blood from the tissues and reach alveoli for elimination. So you know that oxygen will be inside, will move, and elimination CO2 will get out of the body. Okay, the higher than, okay, so 20 to 25 is a timer higher than the oxygen, then only it will be come out. So much higher than the oxygen. So that next is the respiratory pigment. What is the respiratory? Hemoglobin. He means blood and the globin means protein. The hemoglobin belongs to the classes of conjugated protein. I already told that is a conjugated protein. The iron containing pigment portion heme constitute only 4%. So how much of iron present is that? 4%. The rest of the colorless protein of the histone class globulin. Hemoglobin has a molecular weight is 68,000 Daltons. Okay, they didn't give that, but they are we can write the 68,000 Dalton only. So D for Dalton, and contain 4 atoms of iron, each of which can combine with the molecule of oxygen. Next, that is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin means they have the red color. Okay. Next, methanoglobin. If the iron component of the heme are moisture in the ferric state, then the normal ferrous state is called methemoglobin. Methemoglobin is not bind to that oxygen. Normally, RBC contain less than 1% of the methemoglobin. Okay. Next, how will the gases CO2 and oxygen transported? So, molecular oxygen is carried in the blood in two ways. One is the red blood cells are dissolved in the plasma. Oxygen is poorly soluble in water. Okay. So, the 3% of the oxygen only transferred and they dissolve from the 97% of the oxygen. Then it will be bind with the hemoglobin. Okay. So, the rate of which hemoglobin bind and oxygen regulate the partial pressure of oxygen. Each hemoglobin carry maximum 4 molecules of oxygen. In the alveoli, high PO2, low P is CO2. P means pressure. I already told that. Low temperature, less hydrogen, plus means ion. So, hydrogen ion concentration. Favor the formation of the oxyhemoglobin, whereas the tissues of the low PO2 and high PO2, high hydrogen ion, and a high temperature favor dissociation of oxygen from the oxyhemoglobin. The sigmoid curve obtained mean percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen is plotted against PO2. This curve is called oxyhemoglobin. Okay, this is a dissociation curve. The shaped curve has a step slope for PO2 value between 10 and 50 mm Hg, and then flattened between 70 and 100 mm Hg. So under normal physiological condition, every 100 ml oxygenated blood and deliver, it is a delivery into the 5 ml of oxygen tissue. So how it is a transport? Dissolve in the plasma, bound of the hemoglobin and bicarbonate ion. So dissolve, how it is a plasma? 7 to 10% CO2 transferred in the dissolved form. Next, found of hemoglobin, about 20 to 20% of the dissolved CO2 is bound carried in the RBC as carbonohemoglobin. Okay, as bicarbonate ion, the plasma about 70% of the CO2 is transported in the bicarbonate ions. So in that ions only involved in the CO2 diffusion also. Then catalyze. What is the catalyze? It's a fasten their reaction of the carbonic. Carbonic acid is unstable and dissolved with the hydrogen and bicarbonate ions. Okay, so see the formula. CO2 plus H2O, carbonic and hydrogen, we are getting H2CO3. So both it is a reversible reaction in this side and both side. Okay, so carbon anaxide also reversible reaction with HCO3 and H plus we are getting. Okay, so in this reaction we got hydrochloric acid we are getting. Next we can see the even in the inspiration and expression. Thank you.